food plays a prominent role in this book, doesn't it?
But that's the other thing about Calcutta. It's the best in terms of food and restaurants and how cheap it is and how good it is. So, you know, and we've traveled a fair bit in India.
You opened your book that way, calling it's a September a delicious season, right?
Yeah, with the shandesh.
Yes,
yeah.
with the shandesh and the pistachio nuts.
Yeah, and there is a lot of food in this book.
Yes.
So, you know, because it's also about weight loss in a way. So there is this one character, Oppu, Aparajita, who's been put on a diet by her mum because there's this NRI groom coming to see her, and she thinks it's an odious idea anyway, and she dreams of food, and so that's a Calcutta tribute, and it's sort of, I think it echoes many of my food fantasies, because when you're away from Calcutta, there are certain things you cannot get, like the Calcutta biryani, which is an Awadhi version. There's actually a very interesting story about the Calcutta biryani, which is that it came. Then Nawab Wajid Ali Shah was pensioned off by the British to Calcutta. Okay. So he came with his entourage, and so they brought the Awadhi biryani. However, because obviously the Nawab circumstances were far straitened, the quantity of meat that they could put, the ratio of meat to rice had to change. So that's when they put in the potato and the egg.
Yes.
So so that is.
I had always wondered about that, because you don't see that
anywhere else.
If you go to Lucknow, you won't see it.
You won't see that. You're not going to see it, or the Hyderabadi biryani, which is of course
either,
So so that's the, you know.
Oh, okay. That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
From the straitened kitchen of the Nawab, you know.
Yeah. So it's kind of a very practical way of dealing with the existing circumstances, right?
Yeah, the reduced circumstances of So that's why there are these food fantasies, because it's such a.
What about street food? Do you miss like Calcutta and?
Yes, the roll for me.
Oh yes.
And everything really. It's It's, you know, that's what I say, because I study the Natya Shastra, that's my...
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so the rasa theory, you know, that comes from the Natya Shastra.
Yes.
So that's the thing about Calcutta. Rosh, it's you know, really important.
Rasa is the Sanskrit for Rosh.
Rosh. And it's the link, I think, between the arts-mindedness of Calcuttans and the culinary culture.
Yeah.
So we are a city of Roshiks, you know.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things is, you know.
And it's very similar to the French.
Very. And that's the example I used when I was sort of giving a lecture at the University of Paris 8. That's exactly the. It's very like the French.